This is lame. This is going to be definitely lame. We're not even going to find a parking space where we're headed today. Why am I even attempting this on a beautiful Sunday? Gorgeous it is. But it's the perfect place to go, and it's been a while since we've been there. I'd say 3 years. But there's a reason why. Because of no parking left. Always jam-packed. What kind of work they're doing out here. A little bit too fast, buddy. You're kidding me. First time in 3 years. First time in 3 years that there has been parking available. What a joke. What a joke indeed. There's actually parking spaces available out here at the Pigeon Hill parking lot. Professional hiker. I bet a lot of things have changed since the last time I came out here. At least the giant oak trees are still around, Da Vinci style. Got many perfect images out here before. You want to see some old oak trees, come to Kennesaw Mountain on this side of things. Oh, Da Vinci style drawing. That's the way I used to draw. Well, even now these days, that's the way I draw. Look how they got the windows. Man, I gotta get into that thing again, fellas. I do. I mean, they use some marker on this thing too. I know this is just a copy. I wouldn't necessarily call this the good old days. When there's troubling times, that doesn't always mean it's the good old days. Well, maybe except when you're a kid. Hey, what's that? Is that a hidden signature? They even got the smoke from the chimney. Going to be getting a lot of this today. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 9.2. You think there's going to be something out here? What do you think? You believe in ghosts? I haven't proven that yet. I used to come here probably what? Well, you never knew, but between 2015 and 2018, I probably came here at least once a week. At least once a week. And this is my first time here since late 2018. If you're expecting me to cover the entire length of the distance, probably not today. It's already like 1 o'clock. Man, it must have rained hardcore out here. I can still feel the humidity. It's been so long since I've been out here that I can't remember what it used to be like. Oh, look at that. Heavenly. Probably rained last night. I mean, the leaves and the ground is still wet. Probably rained this morning. Huh, interesting. You think we're going to get anything on camera? Do you think we're going to get anything on audio? How many times have I been out here after dark? I'd say at least 5 or 6 times. And I'm not talking about sunset. I'm not talking about wintertime sunset at 4:30. I'm not talking about sunset in late June. I'm talking about any time after midnight. Yeah, heck yeah. Many long walks back to the Kroger parking lot at 1:15 in the morning on a 25-degree December night. Dang, look at that. Check that out. It's like a beautiful lady on camera. Very nice indeed. I'm looking at it backwards. Kennesaw Mountain is not that way. Cole? Already graffiti on a new sign. Why don't you leave your mark in a different way? Oop, be careful where you step. Oh, always have to look down. I always have to. Because I don't want to step on any bugs or ants. They work for the government out here. They do. They work for the feds. They're on their payroll. They help maintain the heaven out here by doing what they do. Help cleaning up. Help moving things along. You ever see an ant drag a giant leaf? They try to keep it neat out here, along with all the other ones. You know, like the waters that flow through here. Pick up debris, move it along. Yeah. Can't step on those government employees. And they have so many out here. So many employees. They got billions of them out here. The government doesn't even know that. See, look, they're working. Little bugs and ants, flies. There's one right there. Spot. No EVP sessions. I've already shot enough out here. Enough to last a lifetime. Is it proven? You'll find out later. You won't see the videos, but I'll just tell you some stories later. I know you can't wait to hear them either. I mean, there's so many things out here that people don't see. They don't experience. I don't even know if they have the gift to see or hear. You want to know the main reason why I came here today? I could be somewhere else looking for the good stuff. On one of my permissions somewhere. But I made a decision to go ahead and redo nearly all of my original videos on my first hard drive that were filmed with an iPhone 5. I mean, it made me want to vomit. It did. Looking back at those videos, all grainy, real grainy top, like they were shot with some video camera back in like 2007 or something. But those are some of the most powerful videos with EVPs I got wherever I went. But I was looking at that one that I filmed out here. Back when I was going through the black mold exposure. I actually shot that thing in 2017. When I was out here, Cheatham Hill. And I just couldn't listen to myself anymore. I couldn't even, watch the video. But I had to force myself to watch my own video to realize that I had to come back out and redo it. The acting was horrible. It was a grainy video, and everything was all jumpy. I was doing all this. And you know I'm a perfectionist like you would never believe. You know, I was thinking that I could cover this entire location, take you to some very special spots, if I can get a move on. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I would have to show you every single thing that I've ever discovered out here. New sign. Look at that. Oh, wow, look at that. I just love art so much. You're probably asking, what am I waiting on? I have too much going on, too many interests. But my love is so deep for everything. I mean, I'm looking at that over here while I'm filming. I'm looking at that right there. With my face, while the camera's looking at this. Oh, it's gorgeous out here. people working away. That's Da Vinci style right there. See, they arterized the crap out of it. They didn't try to make it perfect. It's so abstracted just enough to not try to make it look like a photograph. That's what makes art special. I told you that before. But without light, there is no art. And you know that too. Look at him having a good old time in there. Painting for later. Have a good time with it, man. Gorgeous. I'm looking for that giant tree of life out here. Another oak tree that they let live and not take down. It's over here to the right somewhere. It's downhill, closer to Highway 120. A little bit off the dirt road. You can't miss it. But it's on federal land, so you can't take out a tape measure to touch it. I forgot how long of a walk this was, really. It's almost like it just keeps going. Getting closer. I can feel it. There's the drop down. It's right next to the road. You can't miss it. It might be a little bit further off. I can't remember exactly. And not to mention that, it's in the thick of summer. Which means you have to try to see it through the trees in the foreground. The largest tree of life out here on this side of the road. Here it is right here. You can't miss it. Hope everybody comes by to say hi. If they don't notice or fail to pay attention, shame on them. It's right here. Largest tree out here on this side of things. Probably not the oldest one on the park space though. Look at the size of this thing. White oak. Gargantuan. Absolutely humongous. Yeah, I'd say closer to about I'd say 198 to 205 years old. It's weird. It's like it's getting smaller the closer I get. Let's let it alone and be large from a distance. Be much larger from a distance. See you later, Tree of Life. I'm always coming back out. Sorry, it's been about 5 years. glad you're still standing. Here we go. Highway 120. Mid-Rata Highway. I like to lay low until traffic clears. I'm not the one that makes people wait. You didn't know that about me, though. I never told you about that. It's one of my flaws in life. I can't stand holding back process of life. I can't. When I have to make cars, vehicles stop, when they're trying to get somewhere, trust me, I know when I'm in a hurry and I have to wait, it makes you angry. Welcome back to Cheatham Hill. Man, has it ever been a long time since I've been out here? Think about all the stuff that we learned. Think about all the experiences that we have had. All the things we heard. All the faces we've seen. Just think about that. Almost 5 years. And it seems like nothing's ever changed. Thank the Lord for that. Welcome to heaven. Maybe the government of the United States does know the truth, you know? Maybe they do. How to freeze time in a way. So when you come back many years later, since the last time you came out, it's almost like it's still back then. I thought about that a long time ago. What if the U.S. government does know that? That's probably why they formed the National Park Service, to keep things as is. So every time you come back, if it's once a week, once a month, once a decade, it seems just like the last time you came out, protecting your memories, but creating new ones in the same process. They do know how to protect things, they do. You gotta respect that about them. I mean, I doubt any of these rocks have even moved, because it's illegal to touch them. A few might get kicked around, a few might get crushed. But the puzzle pieces are going to stay right where they were, right where they are, because of the laws that they've designed. Ooh, that would be a nice image. Oh boy. If the sun was just out. You're probably thinking to yourself, you're probably asking a question. Hey, Da Vinci, how much of that land out there have you covered? You really want to know? As far as the eye can see. And as far as the feet can take me. I think the only place I haven't covered has been on the south side of John Ward Road. That side of the park, that's the only one I haven't explored in. I'm waiting patiently. And I don't know how much longer I can wait, or how long it's going to take to wait. Who wants to go take a look at some cannons? Hey, look, they're aiming at the vehicles down there. What you know about that? Dang. I don't know if I can take pictures of the Earth, though. I don't want to get in trouble from the feds by plagiarizing their art of time out here. I mean, look at that. It's everywhere on these things. It's like a masterpiece within a masterpiece. Even nature has a say in it, too. Could you imagine what would be going through my mind right now if every vehicle that was pulling in was from 2018 or before? Like 2017, 16, 15. It would make me believe that I was still out here in 2018. Because time stands still out here. Look at the day that we have in heaven today. Come on. Oh, the clouds moved. Dang it. Everything in the background is dark. I missed it. Timing is off. Nature works in mysterious ways, it really does. Has a tendency to keep you moving in a different way, depending on your desires. Like I desire to come out here and take a lot of nice, perfect images of the landscape and all. But every time I've had that chance, something has held me back and just kept me moving along. Almost like it's trying to tell me that I'm going to have to wait. No ghosts yet? Sorry about the noise pollution. Imagine noise pollution back in 1864 when it was actually hell out here. Living in hell. Quite the difference indeed. Quite the difference. Life is always a learning process. And one of my most favorite phrases, one of my most favorite. Life is always under construction. Just like my videos, they're always under construction. 4.5 years in the making, coming back to redo my Chatham Hill video. Let's just go ahead and call this the real Chatham Hill. The only human being out here to ever walk these lands that has stories that are completely unbelievable. And I'll never stop until I get the answers, until I get the truth. But it's been so long. Why? Because I've already gotten the answers. I've already gotten the truth out here. Exactly what the human race is always looking for. Being followed. Oh, it's a replica. No wonder it looks brand new. Hope that they can rethink that one. Maybe they're just talking about up here and not down here. I've been seeing horse tracks all day. They've installed new fencing. I miss the old school fencing though. The raw cut. They polish these down a little bit. Well, the way they're cut. They're not as, raw as the other ones. The raw look. I wonder if they're glad to see me back again after all these years. But who is they? Who are they? I'm waiting for the crowd to clear down there. They're sitting on the bench talking. And we definitely have a lot to talk about today. Look at me trying to make this thing like Star Trek-ish. Or whatever you call that movie. Not Star Trek. Star Wars. A long time ago, something out here happened. No kidding. Wonder if I've seen that face in the light out here, within the trees, within the leaves. Things of life are designed for a reason, to keep things going. And I know that for a fact. Every tree, every bush, every branch, every leaf, every rock, every stone, every twig. You just have to make things happen to make things happen. (1914). I don't understand these though. I mean, they're not graves. It's just a reminder though. I for one would not want a headstone when I go bye-bye. Again. I don't. The last thing I want out of my life is a marker. Have to leave your mark in a different way. A more powerful way. All over. That was a part of yourself. Part of your body. To leave an impression. Got it by the hands. By building. By doing. By leaving handprints. Carving. Whatever. But let them capture your face. And let it be known forever. I had this fantasy before. And instead of burying my body or burning it, instead of spreading the ashes all over, why not send me out to space? My body. Just my body. Sent out to space to just keep going. You'll be pointing up for a different reason then, if that were to happen. Because I'm going out. Wonder how much the water was worth to them during the battle. In that thick of the moment. I wonder how important it was. They could probably care less. Because the most important thing at that time was life itself. Everything else comes later. Can barely see it now. I need two people right now sitting on the bench. You talk about a perfect marketing image to market that thing for Cheatham Hill. Man, look at that. I've gotten some pictures before of people sitting on the bench. One late evening when there's a sunset, a guy and a girl was sitting on the bench, and there was this like haze in the horizon. You talk about a masterpiece. Don't ask me how I see it. How the heck did somebody get all the way up there? You know I see everything. Stop. Pow. Wildlife camera. Oh, there's something on top of the monument. Looks mechanical. Should I go to the right or the left? 1914 is a long time. There's nothing on this side except for that. All you gotta do is just Google the answer to find out what it says. How nice it is to come back in touch. Never saw it reference pictures like this in the past. Now this is the long one. And the sun's at the perfect angle to block it out. Kind of. There it is up there. Way up there. How did somebody get up there? What is that thing? Right in the center. I can't tell if it looks like part of a drone or what. Another bronze statue. Gotta look at everything. Signs could be anywhere. I mean, think about it though. Alright, big question. Which direction? We came from that side. So we go see Mark? Or should we go down here? I think I'm being guided this way. Let the stories begin. At least they've let it grow up out here. Since the last time I came out, long ago. Maybe the deer haven't been keeping up with their job out here in heaven. Always a lot of deer out here. Always. Let's hope that's going to be the same today. I know what you're saying. Shut the heck up, man. You might get something on audio. Stand still, man. You might get something on video. Doesn't matter. I've captured exactly what I need a long time ago. It takes a lot of time to capture the best evidence you can. A lot of time and effort. A lot of walking miles. A lot of time spent. A lot of long days and a lot of long nights. You just have to be patient with it. And I know that for a fact. It's like you have to work backwards and forwards at the same time. You gotta have an urgency. Within you to keep coming out. But then you have to do the time. You gotta put the time in. Dang, Mark, you're rich. Wonder what happened to all my gold. The full bag of it. Glad to come back. It's been a while. It's been harder coming out. But at least I'm here now. Kids are screaming. We're not going to get any kind of EVPs. And they are abundant out here. I don't believe in ghosts. I believe in something else, much higher than that. I'm not going to say that I have discovered that ghosts exist. It's possibly something more explainable, something more spiritual. You've said a lot, just like many others out here. It's hard to tell who is who. That one time I asked who killed you. That one time I was out here December, 12:30 in the morning, out here asking questions. Frigid cold, 25 degrees. And he started crying. One of the most heartbreaking things I've ever heard in my videos before. Crying. It's almost like you're in a tunnel. And that was all shot with an iPhone 5. Dang. Crying out loud. Why? Almost as if you didn't know that you were gone. Oh, look, they have Christmas balls in the tree. What you know about that? They've been around for a while. And that one faithful question I asked, who's the one that killed you? And someone said, I did. They didn't say that they were talking about me. They were talking about themselves. But it came from this side, with my back turned. That same night, when I asked that question, who killed you? And they said they did. But they didn't identify themselves as who they were. Maybe they were just playing a joke. I don't know, Mark. I don't. Many years coming back. Did nothing but record. Even got some strange experiences. Can't explain, but I think I know what it is. I was standing over here one day. Cold fall day back in like 2015, 2016. And out of nowhere, I got the strong smell of blood in my nose. And I walked around in a circle trying to pinpoint where it was coming from. And it was only coming from one spot. You can never forget the smell of blood, though. but I know exactly what it was. Possibly the iron-rich soils out here. The iron-rich soils. That smells exactly like blood. I've gotten the typical ones. Typical sounds, that kind of thing. Back when this place was grown up. So thick out here. You can sit right back here and no one would ever see you. That was back in like 2014, 2013. You could sit right there when there used to be a log there and no one would see you. And I set the iPhone up on the branch, went off walking away, December 2014. And got what you would never believe. Right on this tree right here. What I thought was lightning strikes. Flashes of light against a tree. Like static. Never seen anything like that before. I don't even know if I still have the video. I have to still have the video though. It's in my paranormal files. My study files. But I haven't seen it since. Bright flashes of light against a tree when nobody was around. At about 3:30, 4 o'clock, December 2014. No leaves on the trees, nothing. You can believe I had to put that thing in my vault. What else? What else did I capture? Oh, greatest story of all. You would never believe it. Greatest story of all. Just about a year later. I mean, not 2015. Let me see how this thing was like. Winter of 2000. I'd say 16. Winter of 2016. No leaves on the trees. Nothing but a bare landscape. All you saw was brown out here. That's all it was, just brown. Decay. Winter. But there was something that I captured. Not on video. Because I had to stop the video for one reason. Because I thought somebody was coming down the hill. And that's where the story begins. For the best evidence ever captured and remembered, ever seen at Cheatham Hill. And you're listening to the person who's captured it. One thing that made me start questioning the fact about do ghosts exist or not. And I'm the one that saw it. Absolutely unbelievable. And it's had me seduced ever since. I'm making sure nobody's coming. Why do the kids keep screaming? It's unnecessary, guys. Come on. Babies don't always have to scream. Maybe they are the ones that are seeing the ghost. I'm still really skeptical though. But this event in my life that I experienced out here has been like no other. Right here, I was standing, talking to the unknown soldier before I knew that his name was Mark. It was such a grainy video though. And I'll never forget it. The last part of the video was when I thought somebody was coming down the hill and I saw somebody come down the hill. And I put the phone down and I said, I gotta stop, somebody's coming. That was the end of that video. What an idiot. Why didn't I keep the video running? Because what I saw is something that you'll never, ever, probably ever see again. I was right here, right in front of his grave, looking around, asking questions. And right when I looked up, I saw something that's totally unexplainable, entirely paranormal. So real to me that it ended up being real. More real than you could ever imagine. What did I see? You're asking, what did I see? Hold on, I'm looking. Nobody's coming. Right when I looked up, I said on audio, somebody's coming, I gotta stop the video. What I saw, from what I think, was somebody coming down the hill. But they were absolutely humongous. They were huge compared to what you would see at the top of the hill from this perspective. What I saw was somebody who was dressed in an outfit, a matching hat and a matching jacket. Same colors, dark gray, coming from up there. It looked like they were coming down the hill, but they were on a straight line. They didn't make a cut downhill. It was weird. It was like they came up, they popped up like this, and then they headed down in that direction. But what happened was, hold on, I'm looking behind me, but what happened was, is that they came up out of the hill, like they were coming, straight line, and out of nowhere, they just dropped down and disappeared. And after I stopped the video, I went up there as quickly as possible and looked around to make sure nobody was coming, because I thought somebody was coming down the hill. And I ran up there as quickly as possible to look around so I can come back down here and continue what I was doing. A video and EVP session. You'll never believe what I just saw when I ran up the hill. Full panoramic view up there. The second you get towards the top, and I looked around from right to left. Not one single person was up there. But like I told you about the scale of it, the scale of the human being, I saw probably from the knees up. I saw probably from the knees up to their head. But they had no arms. It was just a blur. It was more like a blur. But that's not the most important detail. It's something else that has stuck with me my entire life. Back at that time, November, December-ish, the sun's over there, and they were over here. Jumped up, went in a straight line, like no sense of direction. They were just on a line, and then they dropped back down. That joker climbed out of the ditch and went for a good 15 to 20 feet until they disappeared. Dropped back down, like someone dropped an apple out of a tree. But the most important detail I'll never ever forget was the light inside of them. I've never seen anything like this before. It was like the sunlight was shining right through them, where their skin is exposed. One thing I'll never forget is that they did not have a face, but they had a hat on, and where their face was nothing but light. It was like they were made of glass, and the sun was just reflecting right through it. But that's not the last detail of it. You know those jackets? I don't know what kind of regiment they were from, but it was a dark gray jacket and a gray hat, matching hat. And you know where the jackets come to like a V? The top of the jacket where the collar is like a V shape. where the chest would be, the top of the chest, just below the neck area. That is the detail I'll never forget. The first thing I ever noticed when I saw them, in that one spot at the top of the jacket that comes to a V shape, light was coming from that too. That was the first thing I noticed. That was the very first thing that I noticed about that. When I looked up and I saw them moving, first thing I ever saw was a clarity in that area of the chest. Like the sunlight was shining right through their face. Anything that was exposed skin, it was light just being shown right through it. But it was kind of, opaque, like a misty color. Let's just say like clear frosted glass is what it reminded me of. That I'll never forget. And I know I'm going to keep saying it. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm a very spiritual human being. But I'll be damned if I'm living through hell again. Let's just hope it's just residual. And it's the memory that they're holding on to of what happened out here. And they're just playing it back. Let's hope that soldier's soul is free. And they can move about and go do what they want and not be trapped in a straight line of nothing but hell. That joker jumped out of the ditch. And look at the perspective though. The trail goes right here and levels off. I saw every last bit of them. You can't see anybody until they get to this point right here. And they're coming down at an angle. They're not going like this in a straight line. Somebody's coming. No, it's not a ghost. It's an actual human being. Completely invisible from that point on. And I ran my butt all the way up here as quickly as possible to try to debunk the fact of what I saw was the real deal Holyfield out here. Got to this point right up here and quickly looked around from a bird's eye view and saw not one single human being up here.